Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Friday and probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm up here in the east side of the moat, just kind of walking around a little bit. And, you know, I have always been an advocate of how safe it was to walk around up here in Chiang Mai, even, you know, all hours of the night. And I'm not gonna waver on that at all. I still think it's one of the safest places you can visit, you know, in the world. It's just, you know, it's just the people are friendly, everybody's nice. Very rarely is there a problem. And but I think I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't make this video, because Wednesday night the unthinkable happened up here, and I'm going to tell you about it. As much as we know, we don't know a whole lot because there's not been, you know, they haven't dug real deep into this guy's past, but, you know, it's just a sad situation. And, you know, if something more comes out of it later on, maybe I'll, you know, do kind of an update on it, but, you know, it is what it is. Today it's about, I'm gonna make it across the street now. I just saw some woman get nailed walking across the street. And, you know, she was in the crosswalk, car didn't see her, bam, you know. When I went by, they were loading her in the ambulance as I came back around, so I hope she's okay. Now, my wife says this is a real famous noodle place. And it's always packed. It's Japanese noodles. And yeah, you can see there's a waiting line to get in. I have been by here before, but I've not gone in and tried it. I may take Lake up here. She loves ramen noodles, or whatever you call them. But we are going to walk across the street, and I'm going to take you to the area that this incident happened on. Amazing, a lot of people out today. But Wednesday night, and I'm not exactly sure what time it was. I've seen 2 or 3 in the, you know, the funny thing about up here is you get different reports from different news medias, but this one here was Wednesday night. I was watching, I was on Facebook, and a post came out with a picture of a guy, and right, as a matter of fact, he was right over here. I'll get on the other side of the street. And it said that they were hunting him because he was up here in this area slashing people. And, you know, I looked at it, I said, wow, you know, I was just walking through there just the other day. And it showed a picture of him walking right up underneath that tobacco spot right there. I'm going to try to get on the other side of the street here. But apparently, and then there's another video of him actually doing the stabbing, and it was somewhere around in here. And I'll try to put a link to the articles in the description so you can look at it. I'm not going to post any of the pictures or anything. And you can look through the articles, and it's got plenty of pictures. And this is one time when the news media did not block his face. And it happened right around in here somewhere. Moon Road Lane 2. And apparently what had happened was he was walking down through here, and he was out in front of a bar causing kind of a ruckus. And yelling and hollering. He wasn't in the bar, he was just kind of walking by, and one of the ladies that was running the bar came out and started talking to him. And apparently he had a pocket knife in his pocket. Now it's more than a pocket knife, it's one of those knives where you know, you can slash somebody pretty good with them. And apparently he was confrontational with her, and there was a Norwegian guy in the bar, and he came out and tried to help her. And the guy stabbed him real bad in the side. Now, this guy, I don't know what his condition is. I've read a couple of reports that said he's passed away, but one for sure is that he's definitely in critical condition. I think it was right around in here where it happened. But he takes off, and then he goes back out to where we just came from, and he runs up on a Dutch family. And the video will show him coming right up behind him, and he stabs apparently the father and also the son, and stabs one of them in the throat, and for just absolutely no reason at all, and takes off running. And the next day they catch him, and he's an American guy, 29 years old. It doesn't say how long he's been in Chiang Mai or how long he's been in Thailand, but we looked at his Facebook page, and there's indications he's been here for maybe a while. And there, like I said, there's been very little information about his background or anything like that here, other than he's a 29-year-old guy from Florida. And when they caught him, I think we'll keep going this way. When they caught him, he had hashish in his pocket. Now, marijuana is legal here, but I don't believe hashish is. So I don't know what the deal was. You know, it sounds like to me, you know, he got hold of some bad drugs and just kind of flipped out. Now, I understand this place is for sale now, and they have got really good food here. If you get a chance, come in here and try it. I don't believe it's sold yet, but it's really worth a good breakfast right here. And we'll keep walking down this way. I think the last time I came down this way, I turned right over here. I'm going to keep going straight. I may come back out on Soi 1, but they haven't said much. Like I said, you read the article and you can look at the pictures and stuff, but they haven't said much about his background. And I looked on the internet and I've not been able to find anything about his background or his past or anything, you know, in Florida where he's from. Now, his Facebook page, which you can look at, shows a picture of him with what looks to be an Asian baby, and a very newborn, really. And it says that he was staying at a guest house somewhere around in here, but it didn't really name the guest house. So, you know, who knows? We don't know what the motivation was for his craziness, but I'm sure at some point in time we'll find out. But here's the thing that I want to stress. You know, there's a lot of places up here selling joints and stuff that, you know, I saw one the other day where you can go walk in and buy a joint for 130 baht. You need to watch yourself. You don't know what's in that stuff, and there's no telling this guy could have got a hold of something that wigged him out. And because, you know, cases like this very rarely happen. You know, in the 23 years I was a cop, I never worked anything like this. I worked a lot of stabbings and a lot of slashings and stuff that all had kind of motivation, but nothing where it was just kind of out of the blue. You know, somebody walking down the street and getting cut up. So, you know, this is not a common thing. And I'm still of the opinion that, hey, little buddy, Chiang Mai is one of the safest places in the world to travel to. I'll pass this bar up here. Whew. Hello. You know, I'm not worried about walking around out here, and this wouldn't bother me walking around at night. It's just kind of luck of the draw where you are. Hello. I think I did a video in there. Somebody asked me to do a video in there one time, and I did. We'll walk out here to the street, but that's the situation. Now, this guy's going to have a rough way to go. You know, the pictures of him smiling just about made me puke. And there's been no word on the Dutch family as far as the condition that they're in. I understand that one of the wounds was in the neck area, and the guy was bleeding pretty bad. But there's no indication of what kind of shape he's in. Hopefully he's okay. The Norwegian guy, like I said, I've read 2 or 3 reports that said he's in ICU. Another report said that he had passed away, but I don't know. And I'm sure we'll find out here, in a few days. And I'm wondering. It says the guy's confessed, and I'm wondering if they'll come out and do a reenactment. If they do, I will try to come up and film it. Those things are, they're a sight to see, and why they have them, from what I understand, is the reason they do that is they get a confession and they want to nail the confession down. So when they go into court, they can actually show the guy recreating the crime and confessing to doing it. In all my years of law enforcement, we never did that. We'd take a written confession or a tape confession, and that was really all we ever needed. But here they do things a little bit different. And the thing about it is, even if the guy dies, he could be only looking at 8 years, which to me is just absolutely ridiculous. 8 years for a human life, no thank you. But it's Thailand, it's the way the laws are. To give you for instance, I read yesterday where a Thai guy in one of the eastern provinces was convicted of using a government car for 2 years that was issued to him, and he kept it at home and used it for private, his private use. And he was sentenced to 50 years. 50 years, unbelievable. Surely the guy needs to be punished, but 50 years, it's just blew my mind. And then you can go around here and you can cut somebody's throat and steal and get an 8-year sentence. Just mind-blowing. I think we'll walk across the bridge here. It's beautiful out today. Absolutely beautiful. I want to thank everybody that's come in and joined the channel lately. I've got some really good stories coming up. I've got to do some research on them, but I found some old homicide cases that, although they didn't actually happen here in Thailand, they do have a kind of a Thai theme to them. But I want to do a little bit more research on it and look at a few more articles before I try to do video. And it's like I said, they're both very, very interesting stories. Even for me, having been an investigator and seen a whole lot, sometimes you get your eyes widened when you read some of the stories that are floating around out there. But anyway, please don't make this video stop you from coming to Thailand or coming to Chiang Mai, because what happened last week is out of the norm. It doesn't happen here, very rarely. Now, I will say this: they had a random shooting in one of the malls in Bangkok last week. There was a 14-year-old kid who went in and somehow or another he got his hands on a prop gun that was sold over the internet, and it got converted to fire real bullets. And 2 people have already been put in jail over the gun. But he was in I forget exactly which mall it was. If I find the story, I'll link it in the description as well. But he ended up wounding like 14 people and killed 2 other people. And I think 2 of them were Chinese tourists. But I guess the world's changing. I hate to see it happen up here. And we are right back where we started. Now that place over there with the pink letters, Lek and I went in there the other day, and they have got desserts from all around Asia. I'll walk by it so you can see the front. And we bought some of it and took it home. Right there. And the day that we were here, that place was packed. They've got all kinds of stuff that they sell in there. A lot of it's from Korea and Japan as well. This guy's out here selling his drinks. Hello. But anyway, where I was, thank you for coming into the channel, leaving comments, and I appreciate everyone who's bought coffee or left super thanks. I really appreciate that, and I'll keep doing videos and keep getting out here walking around for you. But we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.